this point, everything got to do with Diddy. I mean, 9/11, that got to be because of a Diddy party. The Ukraine and Russian war, that had got to be because of one of them Diddy freak parties. Had to. One of them big Diddy parties had to happen in 2020. I mean, at this point, Diddy is the reason why the dollar's supposed to be collapsing and shit. I blame everything on Diddy. My dad cheated on my mom. That's probably because he was watching one of them Diddy parties and shit on Facebook or something. I don't know. But it looked like everything is linked to a Diddy party at this point. I mean, Toys R Us shut down, what, about 10 years ago? I don't know. Probably because somebody that owned the Toys R Us went to a Diddy party and somebody found out. I mean, all this got to do with Diddy. At this point, I think everything linked to Diddy. And that's some kind of... My asshole's still here. We good. Anyway, at this point, I think everything got something to do with Diddy. Diddy, like, you know what they said? They said this is bigger than what the fuck Diddy got going on. I believe it 100%. I believe everybody finna go down. Birdman finna go the fuck down. Maybe Lil Wayne. It depends. It's crazy because then the Aaliyah, the 2002 crash with Aaliyah, that got something to do with it. At this point, Kobe Bryant helicopter got something to do with a Diddy party. And let's keep in mind, Kobe Bryant, all right? Let's keep in mind, Kobe Bryant made about $500 million on his Black Mamba drink, whatever the fuck. I drink them things. It's called the body armors and shit. Apparently, Kobe didn't have enough body armor when he was in there. But listen, we ain't gonna make no dark jokes. This ain't about Kobe. This is about Diddy. This is about this motherfucker here. Man, the way he just looking at me, I swear to God, I feel like I got sexually assaulted just about looking at this motherfucker. Anyway, damn, I might have to go down to the courthouse and make a new case. Just for having this motherfucker on my screen. This is crazy. Anyway, so I feel like the Kobe crash got something to do with him. I feel like everything is linked to this nigga right here. I mean, let's be realistic. The Aaliyah crash ain't got something to do with him. Bro, everybody been at them Diddy parties. I saw Busta Rhymes. And let's keep in mind, J-Lo, let's keep it realistic, y'all. I know this is all jokes, all right? But let's keep it real. I'll joke, but one thing I won't read is a lie. I'll read jokes, but I won't read a lie. J-Lo was a dancer from 1991 to 1993. Remember the show we used to watch In Living Color? With the Wayans brothers used to be on there. Jim Carrey, everybody used to be there. Queen Latifah, that was a show. J-Lo was a backup dancer. She was a dancer on that show. She went to one of the Diddy parties in the early 2000s. She was going to the Diddy parties. Why did J-Lo career take off? She's on Netflix. She's in cinematic movies. She's in a big screen cinema. She was a dancer on how many people you know there was people bigger than J-Lo. Way bigger. She was a dancer. She wasn't just an actor and none of that other shit. That's what y'all forget. Y'all have forgot that y'all gotta realize something. J-Lo was just a dancer. Look on YouTube and look at J-Lo dancing on one of the shows in between the breaks and everything when the show ends. And then David Wayans come out and all that, Keenan Wayans, whatever. She went from dancing. She's in the big movies with Brad Pitt. I mean, she's in the movies with she just had a big movie that was on #1 for Netflix for the longest. With the AI technology. J-Lo has been in huge movies. She is, I'm talking big screen. How does that happen? Let's not forget. Let's not forget, okay, everybody remember Run DMC. His brother, Russell, right? Def Jam comedy. Russell went to the whiteout parties, the all-white Diddy parties and shit. He went to those. I feel like Diddy keep the parties all white because, hey, last time I checked, sheets, fitted sheets, blankets, pillows, all that shit is white. He just letting you know, he letting you know off the rip he a freak. I mean, the only way is up. And what is up? Clouds, all white. He letting you know he going all up and inside of anything. Diddy don't give a fuck. The way he got his mouth open in that little Mike Tyson interview, you can tell that motherfucker's a freak. He just look like an animal. Diddy look like the type of dude you go to his house when you was like 10, 11 years old. He lived across the street from you and you find him fucking a lizard or something in the shed. He the type to hump on turtles and shit. Diddy the type to look at a spider in the corner and just start jacking off to it. But listen to what I'm saying. Busta Rhymes, Birdman, let's not forget, Odell went to one of them, Odell being big. Odell in commercials and stuff now, I don't think Odell would swing that way. And Odell's one of my favorite football players. I got to keep it real, but I noticed a lot of people went to these parties. Even Drewski went to these parties. And that's concerning. Kevin Hart went to these parties. People that you can understand, people that are huge in the entertainment industry has went to these parties. They're all linked to Diddy. Now, the people that you don't expect that's been in the big screen that people start to humiliate on social media is a person that's going to be the person that's against this stuff. And everybody going to swear that they hate him. Why don't no hate come against nobody else in the media? Because you got to realize the media is dirty itself and behind it is evil. So the people that control the media, that are with the stuff that Diddy and them do with the elites, they're going to make sure your reputation is protected as long as you don't speak and as long as that NDA agreement goes as planned. If you go against it, the media has no control over what they say about you. And the first thing they're going to put out of you is lies. And that's what Cat Williams was trying to say in the Club Shay Shay interview. Now, you could do dirt for a long time, but it's only a matter of time when you get caught. When R. Kelly went down, it's only a matter of time. Everybody should have been scared. If R. Kelly get caught, Diddy should have stopped the bullshit. This is crazy. So, Diddy is probably not even a seed, not even a grain to what the fuck is finna happen. Because you got to realize the Tupac murder the Tupac murder going to get investigated. The Biggie murder going to get investigated. What's her name? What's that lady name? Jaguar, right? That investigation, the other lady that he shot back about 20 years ago, that she shot, the woman he shot in the face in the club is going to get investigated. Suge might start talking so he can get a lesser sentence. If I was Suge Knight, he might even say, hey, can we get a plea deal? Can we get somebody in here to reevaluate edit my case and take some time off if I agree to cooperate with the Diddy case? Keep in mind, Suge and Diddy go back just as far as Tupac. I mean, the people that are alive that are close to knowing what's going on, that has any kind of connection to what happened to Diddy and Tupac, are the people that are still alive, which is Snoop Dogg, who went to the all-white party, Snoop Dogg, Diddy, and Suge Knight. All people that were linked to the music industry when it came down to Biggie and Tupac. Now, let's keep in mind, these three people are still alive. Anybody at any moment can talk that have any kind of link with these people. Now, if we go all the way back and literally start evaluating who knows what and who start talking, everything is going to be, Diddy is smaller than what the fuck is going on. I just believe there was enough carelessness going on that Diddy had to be the one to you. Now, keep in mind, all right, it's a lot to unravel here, y'all. That's why I like talking about this. If you got Homeland Security and they have cameras in your house and they are investigating you because they themselves have copy of what kind of activity you got going in your house, keep in mind, whoever had stepped foot inside your house is now on those tapes and whatever kind of investigation, what kind of documents or anything that they have confiscated out of Diddy's house. It takes one person face that walked straight through that Diddy's house, that landed on that property, to expose everybody. Because not only have millions of people went to these Diddy parties, but all it takes is one person in the entertainment industry or in just in general in this big industry that will get exposed. And that one person will expose everything. And Diddy alone is enough. But what you got to realize is what they have confiscated is going to be just enough to get everybody under the bus. Because what one person, somebody's going to talk. Somebody is not going to be the one doing all of what Diddy had going on or whatever was been orchestrated, sex ring, trafficking, whatever. They might have been a part of it, but not running it, if that makes sense. They couldn't have been the one taking people and trafficking them and holding them hostage and locking them up. They might have just been attending these freak-offs. But that one person alone, with their face being shown, is enough for somebody to grab them and investigate them and question them. And that alone is going to expose everybody. One person, like I said, on average, one person knows that's at least being generous, 10 people. Imagine how many people in the entertainment industry, in the music industry, knows how many people they know. This is insane. This shit is so big that everybody in Illuminati is going to get exposed. That's how big this shit is. That people are saying that this is bigger than Diddy. This is way bigger than him. It's so huge to the point you can't even fathom. Murders are going to get revealed. Sex trafficking, kidnappings, people going to the next level, the elites, all kind of shit is going to get. it's that year for things to happen. And I feel like Cat Williams got some kind of gift where he can see things in the future, or he has some kind of dream, or he just prayed to God and God gave him that spirit of discernment to where he showed him what happened, what's going to happen. And not only this has been January, and this just happened, this is September. It took 8 months for this stuff to unravel. But at some point, it was going to unravel, and Cat Williams said that. If somebody coming out there and jeopardizing their freedom and their safety for somebody who's been in a big screen and never agreed to do any of that homosexual or that feminine stuff or anything that with a man pertaining to a man wearing a dress, if Cat Williams decided not to do that, it's only obvious that people are going to slander him. You have not seen no pictures or anything at Cat Williams that ever at any elite parties or any white out parties or all white parties or whatever the case may be. You haven't seen Dave Chappelle at any of them. It's crazy because the moment these people are so big, but you got to realize, y'all, I know everybody don't believe in God, but this thing is so huge to the point where you can only be evil so long. God is the highest power. Yeah, evil can be powerful because evil is, but there's something more powerful than evil. And it's all going to get taken down. This is evil shit going on. And it's all coming down. It's going to collapse. And he's the man that's going to be the center of the diameter of evil. He's going to be the one to bring the whole entire pie down. He is. Just him alone. Just one video. Just him alone. Diddy is not going to be able to. You got to understand as well. The FBI, the feds, they are so smart to point. They can articulate the way that they talk to you. They can manipulate words and manipulate you. I've been manipulated by the feds. The way that they do it, and people who've been a part of crime and been in some type of trouble at some point in their life understand that when you are dealing with the feds, they can make things seem like they already know it, and they can make you understand that, hey, we already got proof that you agreed to this. We got phone calls. We tapped in. They can do that. They make you feel like there's no, and you know yourself that whatever you think, because you're arrested for some reason that's linked to whatever you're doing. Follow me. If the feds get you in the room, they can persuade you to think whatever they found on you, you have already agreed to it because they tapped into your phone. They tapped it into your online internet wiring, whatever they got going on. Whatever kind of telecommunications, they feel like they can manipulate you to persuade you to think you already committed or already admitted to what you have done without even coming out and telling you themselves. Like without having to ask, like, hey, did you do this? And you'll believe it because that's what the feds are good. They're good at manipulating. They're good at making you, persuading you, thinking that they have already got the truth. And if you don't agree to it, they let you know, hey, if you don't come forth with the truth or let us know who else is involved in this, you're looking at the death penalty. You're looking at 80 years. You'll never see a day. But if you cooperate with us, we could take 40 years off. You'll be out in 20 years, 15 years. That's how smart the government is when it comes down to the feds. And they're going to do the same thing when it comes down to Diddy. And they even have the right to go into Suge's case and get him to take a plea deal and even basically get him to talk on speak on the Diddy situation because he might know something. The feds have their way of working just to get the truth out of you. And this shit is so big. I want to know how if J-Lo come down, if Kevin Hart come down, if Dame Dash come down, everybody that's involved in this. Like even fucking even if people that you didn't even think that wouldn't be a part of this, when they come down, when they're in part of this and they come down, if people are getting exposed somebody's getting exposed for the biggest parties ever. And you step foot in the house, you got to realize this, right? I'm looking at stuff on the internet. I'm like, okay, if I go to an all-white party, right? And there are people that go to the all-white party and you say, hey, I went to the all-white party. And then you say, I didn't go inside. Well, it don't matter. Your face is on the picture for all those. They can investigate anybody on the social media with these parties that Diddy had going on. What did you see? What happened? The government don't have no right to leave you alone because this man is part of something. If that's just, for instance, if you're seen hanging out with a drug gang or some kind of some gang affiliated people, and they have something to do with the colors that they're wearing and what kind of activity or occasion they got going on in their house, and you're seen wearing the colors that are part of this thing that this person in front of this or ahead of this got arrested for, they have a right to come and question you. They can question anybody because you have been seen. They have proof that you have been a part of this. I've seen the fact that Drewski went to this party. I'm not saying that Drewski would do this, but Drewski blew up as well. I know a lot of people on the internet that have been doing this internet thing, they ain't blow up like that. But Diddy did go to one of these, Drewski did go to one of these all-white Diddy parties. We saw that. Is Drewski part of this? I have no idea. I don't have proof, but I know he intended it. And Drewski is really big on the internet right now. Drewski's in commercials and shit. And it's only a matter of time when they try to, they can get Aiden Ross and Speed and Consonant, all of them, they can get all of them to be a part of this. But you got to realize, Diddy's party is just one of billions. Diddy's party is just one of them. There's other parties. There's other things that go on to these rituals. You don't have to just go to a Diddy party. You can be in connection with the activity of these parties that Diddy go to. Diddy can go to other parties. There might be other parties that people host to that everybody else go to. You got to realize when somebody wants something real bad, they are hungry to get it. You don't know what people would do to get it. People are out here coming from literally the slumps. Like literally, people are coming. You see those motherfucking maps on GTA? Not GTA, Call of Duty? Like when the shit is blown off and fucking literally the city and whatever town, wherever you are playing at, the map you're playing on, it's just fucking, it looks like it's just been blown up to pieces, no resource on it. People will come from slumps like that. You got to understand that people will do whatever to get where they need to go. And you don't know what people will do to get where they got to go. People might not think that what they're doing is wrong if they're not involving and harming anyone else. As long as they say, hey, this is my body, this is my temple, I'm sacrificing and compromising my body and what I usually go against to get where I gotta go. I'm not hurting nobody. I don't mind doing it. You don't know who would take it from the back. You don't know who would bend over to get where they got to. Like, you ever heard the saying, like, hey, what would you do? Would you suck a blah blah, or would you kiss a dude for $1 million? Like they say, I ain't rich, but I'm not gay, but I ain't rich either. So you don't know what people will do to get where they got, to go. You have no idea, because I even have my own thoughts of what I do to get where I need to go, because people will come from nothing. They'll do anything. And if it doesn't harm anyone necessarily, if they don't partake or indulge or engage in something that's bad for somebody else, then they're not going to, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to think that it's bad. If I think that sacrificing my body and allowing another man or somebody else to bend me over to get where I got to go, and I'm not harming nobody but myself, of course I'm going to think there's nothing wrong with it. And then I got to continue to partake in these parties. And then on top of that, I go to these parties and I don't engage in anything. As long as I don't talk, I sign a non-disclosure agreement that, hey, I don't talk about what is seen at this house. Because let's keep in mind, I used to work for a movie company, okay? I used to go to these houses. I also went to, what's his name? The guy that, he lives in Austin. He's a celebrity. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I can't remember his name at the moment, but I went to his house, and this is a true story. I used to work for a moving company called White Glove. We went to his house, and we were moving in this. He got a big elevator and all kind of shit in there. His house was huge. When we got there, we had to sign papers to not talk about what we seen there, right? He has cameras all in his house. I didn't see anything in there. Like, it's just a non-disclosure agreement where we say, hey, we see anything, we can't post pictures, we can't put it on the internet. When you go to celebrity's house, you literally have to sign a non-disclosure agreement. You have to. If you do, you're a part of something. They come for you because you sign something, it's your handwriting, and now whatever happens to you, or you won't compromise your safety to put out what's out there. Because the first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna take it down, they're gonna come for it, and then they're gonna come for you. So you sign this non-disclosure agreement and you agree to not talk about what's seen there. I've signed non-disclosure agreements being in celebrity houses. There's a lot of celebrities here in Austin. So I understand that when you go to a Diddy party, it's more than just a non-disclosure agreement. It's more than just that. It's when you walk in that house, they got you on camera, and you're being filmed with something they are not supposed to be doing in the background. And no matter what you do, I don't care what you say. When you go to these parties, your face and your presence has now been shown that you have been there when this has been going on. So if he go down, you go down, and you're not going to jeopardize your profile. You're not going to jeopardize your freedom. You're not going to jeopardize your sexuality and none of that. You don't want to be seen or anybody knowing anything about you in that matter if you've been posted on the internet for that stuff. So keep in mind, when people go to these parties, they are recorded. You are not free to disclose anything that happened there, because the moment they do, they're going to show you what they're going to put out. And they don't just do this. You got to realize they don't do this just because they like doing it. If they got to put a kid involved in this, or somebody doing something or harming a child or kidnapping people or keeping them in the basement, you got to realize that they do that so whatever they actually got going on, you won't talk about. It's like collateral. They got these, they might be harming kids, they might be assaulting kids, whatever on camera, and you're there. And no matter what you do, you're going to be a part of whatever they recorded, because they might not be using those kids for something they want to do. They could just be doing it as collateral, just to say, hey, this is me blackmailing you. So if you talk about anything, we got you on camera with what we did to those kids, and you're fucked for life. So it doesn't matter if you're not doing anything. Even if you just sit in the same room with something that's going on that's not supposed to be happening, you're at fault. You are 100% at fault. Now, I just want to keep it real. If you see anybody online and you go post about, hey, you go looking for a picture and say, hey, Diddy's white out, all white parties, and you see all these celebrities that are big now in those photos in the early 2000s, now you understand how they got to that next level. People ask you, when did you get that visit from that person for the next level? That shit was real. And you got to realize that everybody you see, you know how people say, oh, that person came out of nowhere. And some people believe, okay, of course you haven't seen them. They were working, they were grinding at the time. That might be true, but you got to understand something. There's a lot of people that have grinded in the entertainment and the media industry, and they're at where they're at now. And you got to realize that they haven't gotten as big as certain people. How many people have fell off? I mean, Tracy Morgan was a big guy. What happened to Tracy Morgan? Tracy Morgan is still huge. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of people are a part of this. Like, bro, you don't understand how sick this stuff is gatekept, bro. And this is what I want to say before I end it. If you got this part in the video, I'm going to say this. If they gatekeep resources, they gatekeep houses, they gatekeep technology, they gatekeep all kind of new stuff that you have now just heard about that's been out. For instance, I said this before. If they told you about GTA has been made about, what, 10, 11 years ago, the last GTA we got, and they just now dropping in the last couple of years what it's going to look like when they drop it, and it's going to be almost damn near fucking 13, 15 years since the last GTA was dropped when they drop it again. If they let you know over a decade and a half later, when they're dropping a new video game that's the last model came out a decade ago, and then gatekeep just a video game that's not that serious, it's a privilege, not a right. Imagine all the other stuff that they gatekeep. So if they can keep that a secret, imagine all the stuff that you're not supposed to know about. Imagine how much of that is a secret. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, y'all don't understand that, bro. And it's gonna be a topic I talk about on the next video. But gatekeeping is so serious to the point where you don't know about this stuff until way later. Things have been going on. It's easy to gatekeep what's going on. Everybody's protected. Anybody will do anything to go to the next level. I even seen Viola Davis in one of the photos, and I'm thinking like, oh, wait a minute. And I highly do think that Bernie Mac was not a part of this bullshit. I think Bernie Mac turned it down. I do feel like Bernie Mac was against all this homosexuality, pedophilia, and sex trafficking kids and all that other stuff, because Bernie Mac died the same way everybody else died, pneumonia or a heart attack, drug overdose, the usual. So it's like, That's Kim Porter died the same way, pneumonia. So did Dr. Sebi. It's like, how all these people die from pneumonia? There's drugs that people inject in you that make your lungs fill up to make it look like and give you pneumonia symptoms, just like AIDS. They can inject things in you. Somebody can just touch you and poke you, and you can have a heart attack. I saw a movie about it. Somebody can just bump into you and you have a heart attack. It's so easy to kill people. When you got money, you can get a hold of the most dangerous things and make it look like you didn't do anything. And nobody got no trace of who did anything to you. But I just want to leave that with y'all, and I hope y'all made it this far into the video, and we can make a part 2. If this video gets some traction like it's supposed to, I'll make a part 2. But well, until then, it's been 25 minutes. I've been talking for a minute, and I don't know if y'all gonna get this part to the video. If y'all did, I really appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all leave a like and comment, and make sure y'all turn the notifications on and subscribe, because I haven't posted in about a month. Kind of got in my head about this YouTube thing, but I'm just gonna keep going because my watch hours are almost about to hit 4,000, and we just got to keep going. We can't get discouraged at this point, but I enjoy doing this. It's not even about the money. I don't get paid from it yet, so that's the point. I love doing it now, and when I am getting paid for it, it wouldn't feel like a job. But I appreciate y'all for watching. I love y'all. Make sure y'all leave some love and comment and subscribe, and make sure y'all like this video, and then we'll make a part 2. I love y'all. See y'all in the next video.